As you'll see, the front gates will still be locked. Oh no, they're open. Cool. I was going to go through that way. Hi everybody, this is day, what are we? I think it's day 5. I had a day off, so I've been 2 days here at Hot Water Beach. And I'm continuing on. I'm heading up to Coromandel from here. Very early because I've got a very long day ahead of me. So that was the 10 Hot Water Beach holiday park. It was a nice place. A little bit perhaps on the expensive side. We're going to watch the road, not the scenery. It's catered for what I call glampers. That's glamorous campers. All of them, but most of the people there were tourists that arrived by the busload. And so everything's laid on for them. It's like more than camping, it's more like a motel, but it's all laid out like a campground. So that was good. Gave out a few spam cards there. Right, so it's just on 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to take me, according to the GPS, 1 hour and 1 minute to get to Coromandel. So I'll get there around about 7 o'clock in the morning, which is still a very good time to be starting a journey, because from Coromandel I'm going to be coming down the other side of the peninsula. From Coromandel to Rotorua, and then from Rotorua I'm going to be heading down towards Taupo. Alright, we're going this way. Now Ruapehu, I can't remember when it went off last, but well within a 10-year period, Ruapehu goes off, and Naraho and Tongariro, you can see steam coming out of them on a regular basis. an interesting trip so far. When we were in Gisborne, we looked out over Young Neck's Head, and that's where Captain Cook landed in the 1700s. Young Neck's Head was named after Nicholas Young, who was the first to spot land as they were coming in, and he was only 12 years old, so the place is called Young Neck's Head. Then we went from there to Tolaga Bay, and was able to drive this out on top of the wharf, which is the longest wharf in New Zealand, 660 metres long. And then we went through Tokobaro Bay, looked at all of the beaches there, which were very nice. And then we went through Ruatoria, which is a tiny little place that was in the news a lot. Oh hell, more than 20 years ago now, because there were a lot of house fires there. There was an arsonist in that area setting fire to houses all the time. Then we continued on to East Cape. Now East Cape is the most eastern point you can go to in New Zealand, and I went there to watch the sunrise, and I got turned around there where what I thought was east was actually facing north. So instead of the sunrise coming up directly ahead of me where I was camped, sunrise came up over here. So that's fine, we got the sunrise in the end, but I got to East Cape a whole lot earlier than what I had anticipated. So I set up camp and I made myself comfortable, and then the weather turned, and that's where the comfort left as well. So I had my tarp tent, I've got my inflatable bedroll on the back, which is leaking. It doesn't stay inflated for very long at all. And so the weather turned, and rain came down quite hard, and with the rain came with quite a cold southerly wind. So it was wet and it was cold, and I was under my tarp tent, so it wasn't very high, so you can barely sit up in it. So I had to lay down in my sleeping bag, in my tarp tent, in a driving rain with a southerly wind. Now, southerly winds here in New Zealand come from the south, from Antarctica, and they're usually very, very cold. So that was from about midday, and so for 17 hours I was pinned down in my tarp tent in cold, wet, horrible weather, waiting for the sun to come up so I could pack up and carry on. And as I was leaving, I was able to get the sunrise just coming up over the horizon there. And why I wanted to get the sunrise just out over the horizon from that point is the international dateline. So as the sun comes up and the day starts, it starts there and it moves west, and everybody else gets their sunrise as the sun travels or moves west across the sky. Then I rounded the East Cape, came through Hicks Bay and around the top. We went through Whakatane, we went through Tauranga, then we turned up towards Whitianga, and that's when the Zorro effect kicked in. And if you don't know what I mean by Zorro, I don't mean the Latino swordsman that I grew up with, Zorro. It's a Japanese anime called One Piece, and one of the characters there, his name is Zorro, and Zorro can get lost travelling in a straight line. Very, very funny. But typically with Zorro, he takes the scenic route around everywhere, to get to where he needs to be. But he's always where he needs to be, when he needs to be there. But all the while he's been lost and going on all sorts of crazy adventures. So the GPS had said, right, okay, you're going from here to here. I'm going to take you through here to get there. So I had absolutely no idea where I was. I was just following the GPS here and doing what I was told. And I got to where I was going. So all the way I felt like Zorro. 6:15 in the morning. And the road's wet, so I'm driving a little bit defensively. Because I'm a long way from home. And I'm getting down on my budget. Still got enough to get home and to get a bite to eat on the way, so that's okay. But I can't afford to have any accidents and have to spend any money on bike trans, or getting the bike couriered back home and then getting a bus home or what have you. So just going to kick back and enjoy the ride, watch a bit of the scenery, and like you possibly, this is all new to me. Getting a bit of rain, so never mind. Let's just do it. So I probably won't be talking the whole way. I'll just be taking in the scenery, watching where I'm going, and just enjoying the ride. Now also too, typically in the rain, the camera will shut down and turn itself off, so I don't know whether that's a defense mechanism built into the camera or not, but if I lose you, it's because I've driven into some rain. So I've got plenty of power. I've got 64 gig SD card in there that's freshly formatted. I've got a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank in my jacket pocket, and that's USB cable for the camera. So there's enough power and there's enough space to continue rolling for the next 5 hours.